just an informal walk show, walking around talking about stuff, everything from drones to penny stocks and real estate and everything, photography, videography, you name it. This is an adventure channel, y'all. So, and speaking of that, gonna do a live show this weekend from the radically updated Iron Skies Adventure Channel studio. So, always trying to improve the quality and improve the equipment. And I think y'all are really going to love that live show. Studio's looking great, man. It really is. And again, I appreciate y'all's viewership. God, I got a ton of people tuning in, giving me y'all's time on a Friday. That is fantastic. Hard to beat a big turnout on a Friday afternoon. So, again, just walking, trying to burn off this gut. I kind of started getting fat. And, again, to gauge the level of fatness, what I do is I take these two fingers on the left hand and these two fingers on the right hand, and I stick them between, the waist of the pants and my sides. And if they start to feel a little bit tight, then I know I've got to go on a binge. So basically what I've been doing is I've just been eating turkey sandwiches every day, and I've cut out the sausage, biscuits, and gravy and all of that for breakfast. And I just eat these, those microwavable meals that really aren't breakfast food, but they've got about 320 calories. So, just a way to eat a light breakfast, eat a light lunch. Jake, evening from South Frontenac Fire Rescue Station 7. Always good to have you. And since you're at the fire rescue station, I bet you don't have Maya, McKenna, and Katie, do you? Yeah. Everybody out there doesn't know Jake. Jake is he's a real pro, man. He is the one that turned the world onto the Terry Peppers foghorn video. And you're talking about some good stuff, man. You search for Terry Peppers foghorn video. That's all due to Jake, man. Jake raised awareness and brought the existence of that content to the world. So that's awesome. So, yeah, man, a lot of stuff going on. The new iMac, hopefully I'll be receiving mine in a few weeks. Jake says, nope, but if you do a live tomorrow in the studio, they will be with me. Very cool. Yeah, if I do a studio show, man, you ought to, if you got a webcam or something, or a smartphone with a camera, you ought to dial in one time and be on the show. I could send you a Skype link. That'd be really cool. This pollen's out, dude. It's like gets all in your nose and stuff, man. It's crazy. Everything turns yellow, man, this time of the year during the spring. But yep, got a lot of DJI Air 2S videos in the works. Really loving the Air 2S. Don't have anything negative to say about it, except the only semi-negative thing I'll say about the Air 2S is it can't be recharged with USB, but neither could the previous Mavic Air series of drones. So, that's not a negative thing to say about it. He said, one day I probably, but not tomorrow if you do a live. That's cool, man. Good to have you, whether you're on video or phone or not. Oh, you can also dial into the live shows. I've got the Irish Guys Adventure Channel studio phone. So that's an option too. Yeah, man, just trying to, let's see, Jake says, I don't have Skype. Yeah. It's easy to download. But, yeah. So, yeah, a bunch of good stuff, man. Just the new, really putting the Air 2S through its paces and just seeing, what my favorite aspects of the Air 2S is. And, it's not just me, but it's all y'all, because y'all have shared a lot of feedback within the Air2S videos that I posted, you know, just stuff that you found that you like about your Air2S, you dislike. Surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, but there hasn't been a lot of negative commentary associated with the Air2S. So, you know, that kind of reinforces the fact that it is a really good drone. It really is. I mean, it's a, you know, I wish DJI had competition. You know, as we always say, I wish that somebody would step up and try to compete with DJI, because it would create price wars. Jake says, just YouTube and private Facebook account. Only good friends get the link. I got you. That's cool. Yep, so just walking around here, man. So, yeah, I hear a lot of stuff that the Mavic 3 and possibly the DJI Mini 3, I hear a lot of people talking about those drones. And that's you know, that's going to be interesting if those release pretty soon, because, you know, those are, if they release a DJI Mini 3 that has a 1-inch sensor, you're talking about the drone that kills all drones right there, man. Because you'd have USB recharge, you'd have ultra small, ultra lightweight. Oh, if you see that train, I can show you. Yeah. Yeah, if trains come by, I'll let you know, man. Not a lot of shipping going on. It seems like the economy's collapsing. But yeah, it's interesting. These are definitely interesting times for sure. Walking through a field, you know, it's always good to get out and stay off the street, man, because streets are dangerous with all the texting while driving, the distracted drivers. You know, I think my opinion is that people texting while driving are more dangerous than people that are drunk, because, you know, at least the drunks, unless they're blackout drunk, you know, about to pass out, you know, at least the drunks are probably paying very close attention. You get somebody that's on a cell phone and they're texting and trying to watch a video and all that while driving, it's dangerous. I mean, it's, you know, these roadways now, and I'm not just talking about the road, but, you know, the side of the road, people texting while driving, it doesn't matter if you're on the road or not. You know, they're getting into whatever they're watching or texting. Before you know it, they're 100 off the road, knocking into whatever might be there. Jake says, I'm a Raffleland ship spotter and car, truck, and bus spotter in Kingston. Let's see. Sorry, oh, there we go. I've got some possible truck spotting videos coming. There you go. Speaking of spotting, this dude, he's got a really cool YouTube channel. Check out him in St. Kitts, and he does airplane spotting, because there's a lot of national flights that fly into St. Kitts, and he does a lot of that. Really cool videos. Again, subscribe to him on YouTube, SKB Energy. Really nice guy. Yeah, really, really cool dude. But he does the train spotting. I mean, the airplane spotting. Rail fanning is a hobby lots of people also know as train watching. Haha, that makes sense. Train watching, yeah. You see some crazy stuff on trains, man. You really do. Trying to think of this. What's the strangest? That's a great question. What's the most bizarre thing that anyone watching this has seen on a train? What have y'all seen that's been crazy? It's got to be something. Cars are driving by, but I'm on the edge of the parking lot, trying to be safe. Jake says, I do plane spots at Kingston Small Airport and see a lot of military and non-military. Very cool. Yeah, there's some rich people out there, man. They got the fancy airplanes and stuff. They do. That's we had remember a conversation. This was back. I do a lot of professional networking. Let's see. Jake says the rarest thing is military loads. Yeah, those are, when you see the trains with the tanks and all that, it's really cool. I see a lot of those, man. And those trains are typically extremely long, and they've got tanks and APCs, armored personnel carriers, and all kinds of interesting stuff. Speaking of that, Jake says most common are container trains and intermodal trains. Yeah, that's something a lot of people don't realize, man. When you see these trains with these big containers, those containers, they come from a boat. They ship them across the ocean, and then they put the containers on trains. And then when they're off a train, they're on a big semi truck. So I tell you, that begs the question: who invented the shipping container? Because it's such a versatile shipping device. I mean, you can, land, sea, and, well, I guess land and sea. I don't know if you put a shipping container in an airplane. It's probably too big and too heavy. But I guess if you had a big enough plane, maybe like a C-130 Hercules or something like that. Jake says tanks, APCs, truck containers, sometimes even aircraft. Yeah, I've seen airplanes on a train. That is really cool. That is some cool stuff to check out. Planes on trains. There you go, Jake. There's your website name, planesowntrains.com. And you could call yourself the rail master or whatever you want to call yourself. That'd be cool. Professional train spotter. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting stuff. Wonder what's in this ditch. Look at that. They just marked it like something's going on there. What's going on? What's in that ditch? In that hole? Not a ditch, it's a hole. Who knows? You find a lot of crazy stuff walking around through abandoned parking lots. You really do. But I think it'd be cool, I don't know. Do any of y'all do metal detecting? If you could go to a place where metal detecting is permissible. Let's see what we have here. Jake says, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, 2 hours from Kingston, you can go to Transit Byway of Rail Canada, Canadian National and Canadian Pacific Amtrak, and Ontario Northland Rail. Very cool. I'd like to get on a train in British Columbia and go just out in the middle of nowhere and just have them drop you off and camp for like a week and then hope you get picked up. I think that'd be a cool trip. Just getting, thrown out into British Columbia backcountry. I think that would be cool. It would be an adventure, and that's what this channel's all about, man. The adventure. So, man, getting some cardio. Walked a little bit over 1.5 miles, which isn't much. Got to get some extreme cardio tomorrow, man. Get out there, burn some fat at an accelerated pace. Woohoo! Whoa, watch out. So, yeah, there's a bunch of cool stuff. Short terms for the freight in Canada, Canadian National, CP, Canadian Pacific, and ONR, Ontario Northland Rail. ONR, dude, it's like, what are you doing this weekend? Just be like, ONR, what's that, man? Oh, just search for it. Google that, man. ONR. Yep. Well, I thought you wanted to do R&R. No. ONR. It's all about ONR, dude. Yeah, that is cool. Let's see what we got here. What we got? We're getting the grass, mixes terrain up a little bit. We got some trees. It's kind of shady. By way of Rail Canada is our passenger rail service. CP and CN and ONR are freight. So I guess if you were riding ONR, it wouldn't be R&R. It would probably mean that you were, what's the word for it? Not a hillbilly, but someone that gets on a train and catches a free ride. I am feeling really dumb right now. What's that person called? A hobo. You'd be a hobo, is what you would be. Yeah, that would be, so what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm just gonna be a hobo. There you go, Christopher Walsh. Congrats, sir. Well done. You'd be a hobo or a train hopper. Yeah. How would that be for a profession? It's like, well, yeah, I've abandoned the role of, it's like I've abandoned the C-level career path. Well, why'd you do that? I became a hobo. I became a hobo and hopped on ONR. Well, what's ONR? Google it, man. Google it if you want to know what ONR is. Yep, that's interesting. Burning some fat, man. Getting this belly reduced. Just doing it right. Burned a few hundred calories. Now, the problem is, I'm going to be eating a few hundred calories this weekend. Careful if you train hop. The railway police don't take kindly to them. Oh, I'm sure they don't. Yeah, it's, it would be a dangerous venture. Very dangerous. Yeah, that's, it is interesting. Do you think there's any parking allowed here? That's the question. Do you think parking is allowed? I don't know. So let's see what we got. Supposedly, there's gonna be some new camera equipment, and Sony's got a few things coming out. They just released a few lenses, but honestly, man, with Sony, I've got the 24-70 G Master, the 16-35 millimeter G Master from ultra wide, and then I've got a Sigma 100-400 FE lens, which is full frame Sony lens. So I've got all my bases covered. Oh, and I got the 85 millimeter Zeiss Batis for portraiture with the Zeiss bokeh, the Zeiss rendering, the Zeiss saturation. So I think from a camera lens perspective, I'm covered until the technology radically changes and Sony FE becomes irrelevant. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, man. I mean, for video, for professional videography, and for professional photography, a Sony full-frame camera is next to impossible to beat. I'm using the Sony a7R IV. My only wish is that when Sony comes out with the Sony a7R V, that they include a flip-forward LCD. Because there's so many times when I'm in the field without my film crew and I want to make sure I'm properly aligned or optimally aligned within the frame when I'm doing, face on video segments without a film crew. So, hopefully they'll add that. Again, I can use my phone and I can use my iPhone as a viewfinder or an LCD screen of sorts, but it's, let's see. Jake says, I got an interesting question for you, Irish guy. Do you remember when I first started joining your live streams and it was in a studio? Let's see. I first started joining your live streams. Was it in a studio or live walk when I joined? I think it was in the early days of COVID-19. And I think it may have been a live walk. Tell me if I'm correct. Because I think that's when it was. And I think that you might have joined around the same time that, let's see, who else? It was Hybrid Life. Yeah, I think it was a live walk. And I think Hybrid Life came on board around the same time because he was the guy that was talking about, you know, how he found the channel. And it was a video where, and this is many years old, but I was in the in Grand Cayman, and I had a watch. I had this Rolex Submariner no date, and I compared it on 7 Mile Beach in the ocean to an Omega Seamaster 300M, and apparently he really liked that video, and you know, he started subscribing to my channel, started watching my videos. Now, how did, and Jake, that begs a good, interesting question. So how did you stumble upon my channel? What was it a Google search? Was it a YouTube search? A couple of your old train videos from the old Phantom. Yeah, I did get some train videos. You're right. Well, that makes sense. So I had content on my channel of interest to you, which was trains, and it was filmed with the drone. So it's kind of like, you know, the best of both worlds. You get the train, you get your train fix, and you get your drone video fix, all in one video. That's cool, man. You know, it's funny, you know, so many people have, you know, so many sets of interest. And that's the thing is, you know, with this channel, I always like to, it's awesome you shared that, because, you know, I always like to find content that that people will enjoy. And you know, we don't all have the same set of interests. I mean, I feel that I've got a pretty diverse set of hobbies, you know, ranging from drones to backpacking to penny stocks to you know, the professional stuff I do a lot of social media consulting services, provide a lot of social media consulting services. I administer Linux, which is like Unix. I administer Linux web servers with MySQL databases. So, you know, I've got I think a pretty diverse skill set, and I like to post as many videos as possible. And I really appreciate y'all watching this. D. Heller says, you got that right. Oh, I just saw live streams. Let's see. I just saw live streams in my recommendation section and decided, this looks interesting. Oh, my channel has CNCP and by-way of rail videos on Toronto Transit subway train. Very cool. Super duper cool. Yeah, I got to get that studio show going this weekend, man. I may even do a studio show tonight. I just got to see. I've got a lot of, I'm doing a lot of, well, you know, this is, you know, YouTube is just one of my businesses, but I operate a lot of other businesses that I'm trying to grow as well. And, working on that, actually getting really big into real estate. I think that's you know, it's a different arena, but it's something that is of interest to me. And you know, real estate's something that blends very well with drones, because you know, people want to see the house or the, you know, condo or whatever from a cool perspective. So yeah, I could be doing a lot of that, but I think, yeah, I might be able to fire up a live show. I got, Jake, you'll like this. I got some Canadian whiskey. I got some Crown Royal. I'm excited about that. Jake says, it was a Toronto Rocket, one of the newer TTC subway trains. I missed one, the old T1S. Sorry, if I cut off like this, I'm reading. Came in too fast. I mean. Okay. Oh, my fave. Yeah, Now, I know you said you can't drink a lot, but if you could, man, that's a, there's something about it. I mean, I like a lot of stuff. I'm a Captain Irish guy, so, obviously I like rum. But the problem with rum is that it's so sweet, and that's good. I mean, it's a good, when you're out sweating and that sort of thing, it's really good. But, just a drink you don't have to mix. Single malt scotch, man, that's, so good. It's not sweet, but it's got an awesome flavor profile. And put it on the rocks, put a little splash of water in there, and you're good to go. Crown Royal is unique from the perspective that when I drink it, and I don't like those flavored Crown Royals of vanillas and the peach and all that. I think those are gimmicky. If I want to have fruit, I don't want to have it in my whiskey. So for that reason, I just stick with, Crown Royal Black or the original Crown Royal, or if I've had a good week with penny stocks, I might pick up one of the higher tiers of Crown Royal. But admittedly, all of those I like to drink with just a little bit of Coke. Well, yeah, I'll do rum and Pepsi, but when it comes to Crown Royal, I'll only do Crown Royal and Coke. That's where I notice the huge difference between Pepsi and Coke, is that Pepsi is significantly sweeter. So, to me, that kills the Crown. I think that Coca-Cola complements the Crown Royal. I really do. Jake says the T1 is an older model. The Rocket is the newer, introduced in 2010, I believe, to replace the Hawker H5 and H3. Hawker. Very cool. Hawker's also a private jet. The Hawker is, I think. So I follow some of those things. What I like to do is follow some of those, on social media, some of those snooty, groups where you see what the ultra wealthy people are into. Because, from a social media marketing perspective, if you can find content that appeals to the ultra wealthy, they're probably going to be more inclined to, to watch and purchase anything that may be associated with it. Because, if you've got an ultra wealthy demographic that's viewing content, they may have yachts and airplanes, and they may have all of these items. But, if somebody like Irish Guy, or who, your own channel, if you're just a little man and you want to post some content, you can post it, and you can potentially come up with ideas to accessorize those expensive things. And that's a great thing to do, because if you can attract a demographic with an extreme amount of disposable income. So for example, people are wanting to accessorize their yacht or their airplane. If they stumble upon your channel, then, well, that may be why they found it. But then they may also become exposed to other things like drones and, fitness equipment that they might put in their yacht and that sort of stuff. So, I always like to think of the big picture. This channel's fun, but, this channel, being an independent YouTube channel, couldn't exist without monetization. Gotta have viewership, gotta have support. And that's people shopping my links, that's people super chatting, that's people sending me stuff on Patreon, buying merch. You can find within this video's description, Irish Guys Adventure Channel official merchandise. Buy a t-shirt for yourself and buy some for others. That's a simple way to support the channel. And not only that, but when you wear those shirts, you're promoting the channel, and that's attracting more subscribers. So think about this. If you chose to buy an Irish Guys Adventure Channel t-shirt, and then you went to, say, a concert, and you're in there, everybody sees your shirt. And hopefully they're subscribing to the channel. You know, that's the biggest short-term goal, is to get this channel past 100,000 subscribers. It's approaching 83,000 subscribers. That's not much, but it is getting a lot closer to 100,000. So, you know, do everything y'all can to promote, raise awareness. Let's get this channel past 100,000 subscribers ASAP. That's right. So it can be done, and it will. But, you know, I appreciate y'all's support, because this is not an easy venture, dude. It is not. But at least it's an adventure that can be enjoyed while doing other things like burning fat. So that's always a good thing. Jake says, with YouTube channels, I just come across them, sub them if I like them. Even if I don't sub, I will still like vids, turn on the notification. Already subbed a long time ago. Yeah, no doubt, Jake. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's important, man. You're one of the most loyal viewers, and that is deeply appreciated, because, you know, again, without loyal viewers, you know, this adventure would not exist. And it's, you know, y'all are paramount. You really are. So that's some good stuff, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that studio show. Why not? Go back, take a shower, get all the sweat off. You're sweating out this. I've just been the diet thing. Yeah, so doing those healthy meals for breakfast, the microwave meals that are like 260 calories, eating turkey sandwiches for lunch, and then eating whatever the heck I want to for dinner. And, you know, limiting the alcohol to premium spirits only, preferably single malt scotch, when the penny stocks hit hard, or when I get a lot of super chats. Otherwise, just the bottom shelf stuff, man. Let's see. I might need to head out on a call. The alarm just went off. I'm good for now, as I'm reserve unit tonight and next week too. Well, Jake, if you got to go, you got to go, because, you know, you're performing a very important service. So, yeah, if you got to go, that's completely understandable. Now, I hope everybody in your firehouse is subscribed to the channel, because that's important. If they haven't, tell them, hey, man, you got to subscribe. Nag them about it if they haven't. You know, just order an Irish Guys Adventure Channel t-shirt and wear it to work. Do whatever you can. It's big, man. It's big. So, yeah, we're man, I've burned a little bit off. The problem is, even though I burned over, just during this walk, I burned over 300 calories when I eat dinner, because I'm going to eat good stuff. It's going to be, you know, take me over the calories burned. Never be fooled by a salad, man. You get a salad thinking it's healthy. Look at that dressing. If you put anything on a salad, grilled chicken and some vinaigrette, don't do the dressing. Aha, Philippe. Always good to have you, sir. How is Philippe today? Philippe is a French chef. Talk about some good food, man. That is an epic. That's a daily adventure in good food. It really is. Walking back and forth, burning this fat so I can enjoy some fattening food and some Crown Royal whiskey. Isn't that right? First things first. How are you? Question. Going to Turks and Caicos Sunday. Oh, Philippe's going to TCI. Turks and Caicos. Providenciales. The home of Grace Bay in the British West Indies. Jake says, well, not all the guys follow YouTube. They're not interested in live streams. Convince them. Just say, hey, man, this dude This dude with this funny accent, he needs to get past 100,000 subscribers ASAP. And the only way to do that is for all y'all to get your butts out of your bunks. Take out your smartphone. Oh, I will type it in for you and hit subscribe. You know, do all the legwork for them. Push them. That'll help. And if you got a big firehouse, man, that could be potentially 20, 30 new subscribers. Jake says, I will admit I'm slightly fat, but fat ain't bad. Yeah, fat implies well fed. And if you're fat, that just means, hey, man, you like to eat good food. And, you know, there's people that are fat that work out hardcore, but it's because they eat good food and they enjoy life. Oh, so I miss Sean Coonery, the big Maine Coon cat, too. He's doing really well with his new family, but it was horrible. I think once in a few years, I think we're going to adopt another Maine Coon. But it was bad. Philippe says, I tried Active Track with my car this morning with my DJI Air 2. So the drone was focusing on my car, but the drone was not moving, but my car was moving. What did I do wrong? You know what? Great question. I still haven't field tested Active Track with Air 2S, so stay tuned. I'm going to do that, and hopefully that feedback will provide value for you. Oh, and speaking of restaurants in Turks and Caicos, since you're going there Sunday, I'm trying to think of the name of the best place. Oh yeah, Hole in the Wall place. You need to go. And if you're in Grace Bay, you head back. It's kind of like back towards the airport, but it's not far away. It's called Mr. Grouper. Just a little hole in the wall, tiny, almost gazebo-looking building. Some of the best food, man. Fresh fish, served with plantains. Really, really good. Definitely hit up Mr. Grouper. The prices for it aren't that bad, but the quality of the food is amazing. The place that you will definitely want to get reservations for, it's on the main strip in Grace Bay, Turks and Caicos. It's called right now, let's see. Right now on Station Intercom. Very cool. Philippe says, now you can do Master Shot. You cannot do it moving target. Mr. Grouper is on my list. Yeah, the main restaurant. I cut out to check my links, and I'm trying to think of this place was exceptional. It's the place with the palm trees, and you can sit up top or in the palm tree court, and it's fantastic food. Now, it's on the higher price scale, but it's worth every penny. I'm breaking up. How about now? Am I back? Guys, I'm going to do a live show from the studio. How about that? I'm going to go shower the sweatiness off and mix up a Crown and Coke and do a live show. How about that? So stay tuned. I'm gonna fire that up here shortly. Y'all, thanks for tuning in.